beautiful, what do I want to say?
Videoing?
Videoing, because you don't have to go through the windshield. It's just pure.
It's pure, crystal clear.
It's really nice. And so you can see where we are in here. It's got all three of us. And
oh my gosh, that little bitty thing can see all three of us?
Yeah, I have a wide angle lens on it so you can see
oh
the image of us. We're recording now. And we're headed up to, where are we going, guys?
We are headed to Parker, Arizona, to the Blue Water Casino.
And that was Pup Camper 58.
And I just turned 200 subscribers last night.
Okay, so get it more, guys. Pup Camper 58. And 58 is not the year she was born. That was my guess. That was when she created the handle. She was 58 years old.
That's right.
And better known as Cheryl, or
that's right,
Quartzsite Cheryl, because you guys know Pahrump Cheryl, and we're hoping Pahrump Cheryl's going to make it down here, but she's having multiple rig problems and all kinds of things happening up in Pahrump, trying to get stuff fixed to get down here. And then in the back seat, we have world famous Barb. Barb's the one, if you remember last year, had a Class C, and he had an unfortunate accident with a truck, right?
Right.
It sort of sideswiped you and kept going. Is that what happened?
Yeah, it was a hit and run.
And it was a hit and run, and she has a new rig now.
Totaled her Class C.
Totaled your Class C, but your insurance company paid for a new one?
It paid off. It paid it off. I didn't owe anything, so it paid everything off. And then I bought another one just like it, but newer. The last one was 2013. This one is 2020.
Okay. Oh, wow. Much newer. It looks really nice.
Thank you.
It looks really nice. So we're on our way to Parker to the $24.99 Thanksgiving buffet, which we did last year too. And last year we also did, almost embarrassingly, we went Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. We did the trifecta last year. Maybe we'll have one of these. One of these we might have a potluck. What do you think of that?
Oh, okay. Well, I guess
Christmas
we could.
or New Year's.
We could, yeah.
All right, we're on 95 here, and we're going to ease our way up here.
We could do a potluck for Christmas if it's not cold, too cold.
All right.
But we sure love that prime rib.
Well, if it's cold, if Kathleen's here, she has that clear dome thing. We could eat dinner in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're on our way there. And I was joking this morning on my morning video that last year I went and waited in the bar and put $20 into a poker machine, and I won like over $100, so all my meals were free. So I was joking today. It's $24.99, and I'll probably do the $20 again. So my meal's probably going to cost me $44.99. Let's just face it, guys. You know. But I can't. How can I not try again this year?
I know.
It'll become a tradition if I try it again.
And if you win again, you might win $200, and then you could buy us all dinner.
That's true. That's true.
So.
Or you could make it back for Thanksgiving, for Christmas and New Year's.
Right. Well, last year it was enough to pay for all 3 meals plus some.
Well, that's awesome.
So let's see. We are. I did a trip to Parker on a video, and I timed it from Central and Main to getting into my parking spot at Walmart. And if I remember right, it was like 41 minutes. It was shorter than I thought. 38 or 41, I can't remember which.
If you don't get behind somebody going really slow, you can usually make it in like 35 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's not far at all. And I always think of it as much farther than Blythe, but that's just really not true. Blythe is maybe 5 minutes shorter. 30 minutes.
Barb, do you know? I mean, I've only been to Blythe a couple times.
I don't really remember. The only difference for me is if I need items that I can pick up at Walmart, then I do grocery shopping anyway. If it's just groceries, it's Albertsons. But going to Albertsons, you do have to go through the inspection.
Yeah.
where they'll ask if you've got any fresh fruits or anything like that. And fortunately, I didn't. But sometimes we shop at the Roadrunner or Coyote Fresh, and you got that food in your refrigerator, but you're going in. So I always double check if I go there, and I make sure I have bags, because there you have to have
You got to
your
think,
bags.
that's a really good point. If you have, I'm just taking my truck. She's taking her whole rig, so she has to make sure that she's not taking something across the California border that they're going to say, no, you
Right.
can't, you got to throw that away, you can't take it.
No bananas. Don't bring no bananas.
Oranges,
No bananas.
things like
Oranges.
Yeah, that's a good tip. But here's my goal. I would always go to Albertsons there, and then people started talking to me about Smart and Final.
It's across the street, or just
And
about
it's
across
supposed
the
to be
street,
this
yeah.
great place. Have you been there?
I went there, yes.
Is it better than Albertsons?
No.
No.
I agree. It's not. I've been there as well. It's a big discount warehouse.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't need a membership or anything like
Yeah,
that.
right. You can just go on in. But you can't beat Albertsons for produce and
Right.
Oh, okay.
meat and stuff.
And Starbucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Starbucks.
It's Starbucks.
Yeah, there's still no Starbucks in Quartzsite, is there? Oh, we're gonna just make the yellow light,
Oops.
red light.
I know.
Let's
You know
hope
what?
there's not a state trooper.
I hit that. I did the same thing.
You know why
yesterday.
that happened is I was doing like 38 instead of 35. If I was doing 35, I probably would have been able to stop. So shame on me.
I did that last night coming to Coyote Fresh to get dinner. I was a bad girl last night.
Oh. What did you end up getting? The fried chicken or the ribs or
Fried
I
chicken.
The fried chicken at Coyote.
And I had mashed potatoes and gravy and pasta salad.
Yeah.
And they put a piece of bread in too.
Yeah, I don't fry chicken anymore. I just run over there and
Oh, it's so good.
yeah.
And it's only $7.99.
And you didn't have to fry up the whole.
You don't have to make a mess in your camper.
So I went to Coyote and bought 5 pounds of 90% lean hamburger for Dottie, and it was like $6.50. Is that a
Yeah.
pretty good price for
Yes.
Are you kidding?
$6.50,
For a pound? It was $6.50.
$6.50? Yeah, $6.50 or $6.75.
Because I paid 10
For 3
I paid
pounds?
No,
$10.
per pound.
Oh, per
I got
pound.
5 pounds. It was like $32 for 5 pounds.
But it was about $6 a pound.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
paid
that's-
$10 a pound when I was
Yeah.
in Washington State.
Yeah, that's pretty average. Even if you go to Walmart and you buy the 1 pound rolls of the 93%
Yeah.
lean, it's like 5 something
Okay, so it's
for a pound.
It's reasonable.
Yeah.
And you bought 5 pounds for your dog. Well, I cook it all, and I vacuum seal it in packages and freeze it.
Well, I did the same thing night before last, except I'm trying the turkey. I bought a 3 pounds of turkey,
Ground turkey.
turkey
At Walmart.
at Walmart, and it was $11. I bought the Jenny O, the roll, and I cooked that whole thing up, and I'm going to put it in airtight things. I've got a sealer that Frugal RV gal, Jana, told me about. It's just a little black thing. You get them at Walmart, and you buy the bags at Walmart. And
She's Frugal RV gal is the one that got me to start feeding Dottie real food instead of dog food.
Yep.
Because apparently I didn't know Sammy, her dog Sammy, before versus
she was
after.
So heavy. Oh.
And she's so sleek and healthy, and
Lean. Yeah, she's lean. She's a lean, mean machine.
just like Dottie is now.
Yeah. Look at Dottie. Look at all the weight she's on. 10 pounds on a dog is huge.
Well, it wasn't 10; it was 31 to 26, so 5 pounds.
Well, that's still a lot of weight for a dog.
And the other credit I give to you, because you used to work for a vet, and
Yep.
you used to have a motto that you'd say, "Don't kill your dog
With
food."
kindness.
With
Don't
kindness
kill,
and
don't,
food,
That's right.
because it's not really kindness; it's
Food.
It's a really unhealthy thing, and it just kind of makes me a little angry that these commercial dog foods aren't the best thing.
I know.
How hard could it be to be making good stuff for dogs? I just...
And I was paying over $50 for a bag of dog food that lasts me about a month and a half. Maybe just about a month. And I was feeding a premium, I won't mention the brand, but I was feeding a high quality premium dog food. And I finally just said, I'm gonna join all my friends that are doing the right thing. I was just too lazy to start it, you know. It's just
that's the thing. Getting started and you get used to it, it's like, okay, it's a little bit more work than scooping out of a bag, but it's actually not that bad. I do mine in my what do you call it? The Instant Pot.
Instant Pot, yeah.
So I just put the hamburger in the bottom of the Instant Pot, and I use peas and cut green carrots from frozen. Put it on top of that and just do it for 10 minutes. Yeah. And then I have my little smasher thing that breaks up everything and mixes everything. And in my vacuum sealer, I got that idea from Sally Forth.
Is she making kids food now?
I don't think so. I'm not sure about that. I know Kit's a pretty finicky eater, but Sally's, if she watches it, she'll jump in the comments and tell us. Yeah. But she told me about the vacuum sealer. She uses it a lot because I was saying, I waste so much food. And she said, Robert, why do you waste so much food? I said, well, I buy stuff and it goes bad. And she said, well, here's your solution. It's a single Nomad. And I'd never used one before. And I was like, where has this been my whole life? Yeah. Do you have one, Barb?
No.
I've been doing that for years. I think the second year I was on the road, I started using a sealer to preserve food. So when I go grocery shopping, I break everything down into small portions because it's so hard when you're cooking for one.
Well, and you look at stuff like, what's the recommended shelf life of a package of cold cuts once you open it?
Right.
And they say like only a few days.
Like 3 to 5 days.
So like I'm not going to eat a package, even the smallest package I'm not going to eat in 5 days.
Right.
So in cheese is a little better, but not that much better. But if you can break it down and just freeze it and take them out as you need it, it's pretty remarkable.
You save a lot of money. It's very cost effective.
I just use the freezer Ziploc bags and I roll it to squeeze all the air out.
That's all probably just as good.
Yeah.
That's probably just as good. It's just kind of fun to see that thing suck out
all the air and all of a sudden it's flat. Well, Clover seems to like the turkey better than she did the beef. I started the transition with beef, with hamburger, and she seems to like the turkey better. And I only paid $11 for that 3 pounds.
Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I'm doing 55. I always forget. I set my thing at 55. It's 65.
65.
It's 65.
And you're only giving him half a cup, right?
And she gets a cup a day.
A cup a day.
Half a cup in each feeding.
So that's going to last you a long time.
Mixed with all the vegetables. Right. I'm doing it a little bit. I'm starting it out a little bit different. I'm using a base food. It's freeze dried. Right. It's vitamins and all different kinds of vegetables, and it has some oats in it.
And you've heard of that farmer's dog stuff? They advertise like crazy. Yeah. That's the same thing as what we're doing, but charging you a ton of money.
Yeah. I mean, it's so inexpensive. 12 pounds. This box I buy for $27 makes 12 pounds of food. And my dog's only 32 pounds, so it'll last me probably 3 weeks at least. And then the meat I add to that, was only $11 for 3 pounds. That lasts a long time, so I'm already ahead money-wise by making her diet.
The whole money thing being a nomad is so, for me, it's so critical to be able to have flexibility on how much you spend to live.
Yeah, well, for me, probably as well. I live on a fixed income. I live on Social Security and a retirement pension. So, it's it all matters.
And it, for me, it's like, anyone, my income streams can get reduced or eliminated without notice. And the idea that I can figure out a way not to pay rent all year round if I'm willing to move enough.
Yeah.
The peace of knowing that gives me a lot of, well, who doesn't want peace, right?
Yeah, peace of mind.
Peace of mind. I don't have to go to Pahrump and pay $500 a month. Up there, I can go to higher elevations and move every 2 weeks around National Forest land if I want to, right?
But if you don't have to, you're blessed.
You're blessed. But having the flexibility, knowing that if things go wrong, I'm going to be okay, I think that results in a lot less stress, at least for me.
It does me too, Rob.
And even gas is controllable, because when you park for your 14 days, you're not driving.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So even if gas prices are higher than you'd like them to be, if you're sitting for 2 weeks and you're only driving another 30, 40 miles to get to your next 2 week spot, a tank of gas will last you a while.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's just filling up that 55-gallon tank. Boy.
Yeah, I can't imagine. The truck here, I think I have 36 gallons, and my usual fill up is 32, 33 gallons, and that's painful enough.
Yeah, mine too in my truck. I think I've got like 25-gallon tank, maybe.
Yeah, this one's got the extra big extended gas tank.
But even that is still expensive. It's still $40 or $50 if it's under $3 a gallon. It's still going to cost you $40 or $50 to fill up.
Right.
But that's why I have been camp hosting. See, Rob, you're staying at an RV resort.
Right.
But for me, I stay free all winter out here in Arizona, and then I travel back to Tennessee and I host out there.
And no living expenses.
With no living expense, because for 20 hours a week of work that is not hard, I get a free site, full hookups.
Yeah, and I did that one season, and I haven't gone back because, for me, I have my basically 1.5 days a week work.
Right.
You stack that on top of the 20 hours for camp hosting.
Yeah.
It gets tiring. It gets tiring.
Yeah.
So I guess what I could do if I ever wanted to stop doing the counseling part-time is just go back to camp hosting.
Yeah.
Any state park.
Oh, there's all over the country.
And they're always looking for, if you have experience and references, they'll snap you up in a nanosecond.
Yes. I've had offers. I keep going back to the same place because I love it so much, and I love the people, and they're just so good to me. But, I have hosted in other states.
For people that are listening that might be interested in that, can you talk a little bit about what's involved in being a camp host?
I can. And it varies from location to location. If you're in a state park and you're camp hosting at a campground, you're basically responsible for keeping the area clean. I mean, you'll be doing fire pits, cleaning out fire pits, picking up trash. Some places require that you keep the restrooms clean. The one that I host at in the summer does not. They have a maintenance department and housekeeping.
That makes a big difference, because
does.
I was Army Corps of Engineers and I had to clean bathrooms twice a day. And that's not fun at all.
No.
The fire pits, you basically have a golf cart with maybe a couple buckets in the back.
Yes, and you just scoop them out if and when they need it.
And then one of those little long grabbers to pick up trash, which was only a pain. I got to tell you, there's some people that are just irresponsible
Yep.
people that trash the campsite. And micro trash is the worst.
Yeah.
Cigarette
butts.
butts and the little plastic things that come off bread.
Bottle caps.
And bottle caps.
Tabs
and
off of Coke
I have
cans.
spent an hour
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
one campsite, and it's just so frustrating.
Yeah, it's just, I don't understand. Oh, and the worst thing that I dealt with last summer was people used the fire pits for trash. I mean, I would clean out eggshells, orange peels.
Yeah, oh, me too.
Onion, people clean onions and leave the onion stuff in there. I even had to clean out a fire pit where someone burned a small tent with poles and all.
Now most of that, here's
Yeah.
my feeling. If they could see you
Yes.
doing that, they'd go, oh my gosh, what have I done? I'll
Yeah.
never do that again.
Do you think
Because
so?
I think it's lack of awareness for 90%.
People just-
80-90% it's lack of awareness.
Yeah.
10% they're aware and don't care.
Yeah. I
But
mean, I've
most
cleaned out
people-
beer cans and beer bottles. Why would you throw that stuff into a fire pit?
Yeah, that's just, that isn't lack of awareness. That's just, I don't care, and somebody's gonna, I'm paying for the site, so I'm paying for you to pick up after me.
Yeah. But now let's talk about the rewarding part. It's not all negative.
No.
I mean, I have made some forever friends by camp hosting. People are basically very grateful that you're there. They're very respectful of you. I can't tell you how many meals were brought to me. You know, people see me working in the campground and the camp store all day and know that I'm tired after I've put in about, a 5 to 6, 7 hour day. And they bring you steak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And I
that's-
mean,
I found that to be true as well.
I have barbecue. Oh my gosh. Last summer, one family was there camping. Their whole family was like probably 3 generations camping right beside each other. And they cooked a big pork butt, smoked it all day long, and then did the pulled pork thing, barbecue. Oh my gosh. They had cake and potato salad and meat, and they said, come on, sit down.
Yeah.
Come on and eat.
That reminds me of my first and only camp hosting job. The first camper that showed up, it was cold and rainy,
Yeah.
and a young guy shows up with a couple of friends, and he had one of those outdoor pizza ovens.
Yeah.
And he made a handmade fresh pizza and
Yeah.
gave me pizza. I'll never forget how good that tasted.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
so good. And yeah, it's mostly positive. But the work, you get generally, it's typical to get a golf cart. And
Yep.
we talked about cleaning out the fire pits, and cleaning up a little bit of trash, and
Yeah.
checking campers in.
Yep, I
You know,
check campers in, I
check-
make reservations, change reservations, and then I ran and managed the camp store. So I sold firewood and souvenirs, ice cream.
Well, one thing you can say is you're doing that job, you're not going to be lonely
No.
at all.
No.
You are not going to be lonely in your campsite all by your lonesome.
Oh,
You're going to be engaged with 99% really nice, excited people. They're on vacation. They're in a good mood. They're in
Yeah.
a campground. They're having fun.
Yeah, I had a family last summer. I did a favor for them. It was something very similar regarding their site. And the next thing I knew, she was walking over to my campsite and she brought me the most beautiful hanging basket of flowers.
Oh.
Oh, it was gorgeous. I hung it on my awning and I had it all summer. It was beautiful. So, people are basically very grateful and very kind. And like I said, I've made friends that I'm staying in touch with to this day. So it can be very rewarding, but it's exhausting some days too.
But you reminded me of kind of a funny story about a camper that had a lack of awareness. So you'll appreciate the irony of this story. We had a boat launch, and it wasn't just for people there; it was for the public as
Yes,
well.
yes,
And we had a real parking problem.
yes.
So
Same
people
thing.
would, and there was a road, but there was like no room on the road to park, and it was actually illegal to park on the
Yes.
road. And I was down, I was riding my cart, and I saw this guy start to back in his boat, and I wanted to warn him that I was just up there, and I didn't see any parking spots.
Oh.
And he lets loose, yelling at me, cursing at me, and I just drove away.
Yeah.
And he was a camper, and the next day was my day off. And one thing I learned is on your day off, you better have a big ass sign on your site that says you're off
Or you
duty.
better be gone.
Or you better be gone.
I used to leave. I'd go somewhere. I'd find somewhere to spend the day.
I ordered a custom sign that said off duty in big red letters.
Yeah.
And you can't miss it. So I was out in front of my site in my zero gravity chair,
Yes.
sleeping. And the guy came up and woke me up to apologize
For being a butt.
for being a butt the other day. But he woke me up on my day.
Well, the one thing that I'm grateful for is at this state park that I've hosted there now 4 years in a row. And the rangers are incredible. They are law enforcement, and they tell me you don't have to take any abuse from anybody. If you have a problem with anybody, you get on the radio, you call us, and we will come. Now, I did have this past summer my first emergency where I had to summons a 911 call on the radio. I've camp hosted for 6 years, and it was the first time that I had an emergency in the campground. It was a severe dog bite, and the man was bit very, very bad. So
Was it a loose dog in the campground?
No, it was a group of campers. It was a church group, and they were all sitting underneath their canopies that they had up, where they convened every morning for coffee and breakfast together. And this family had a Great Pyrenees that was a psycho dog. So it not only put this man in the emergency room, but it bit 3 other people.
Oh,
And the rangers told the people that they needed to keep the dog inside their RV or they were going to remove them from the campground. Well, that never happened, and the dog ended up biting 3 people before the weekend was over. I was just so disgusted.
I'm surprised they didn't confiscate the dog.
Well, they proved that the dog was vaccinated.
Okay.
Otherwise, they would have had to take the dog. But the dog had been vaccinated. But, boy, that was a scary thing for me. I had to administer emergency first aid and until the ranger got there, and they were quick. They were there when I got on the radio and said I have a 911 at site 32. They were there. They were there in like
lights and sirens and
lights
everything?
and sirens. Yeah, they were there. I think in like 5 minutes. So sometimes things like that happen when you're camp hosting.
I didn't have any emergencies, but we did have rangers there for sure. They're Army Corps of Engineers park rangers.
Yep. Most of them are all paramedics too. They're all first responders,
Right.
trained first responders. So that's a blessing to have.
So how do you go about getting one of those jobs? In my experience, it's been there's usually by state a website for
Yes.
the state parks.
Every single state park, Texas, Arizona, Tennessee, all of them have a website, and they have an application, they have a location for applying for camp hosting. And you just go ahead and you have to submit an application, and then in Tennessee you pick three state parks that you would like to host at.
Mm-hmm.
One of 3. They try to always give you your first choice.
Right.
But now I'm blessed. I've been there so much.
You can go anywhere you want, right?
They just expect me to come back, and I don't fill out an application. They just put me to work. But when I applied in Arizona, I did an application online, and I got a job at Dead Horse Ranch State Park in Cottonwood, Arizona.
Oh, that's nice.
That was my very first ever camp host job.
That's a nice area.
And then I've hosted in Alabama at an Army Corps of Engineers campground called Jennings Ferry, and it's on the Black Warrior River.
Did you have to do bathrooms there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like that in all the Army Corps of Engineers.
And
they don't have a lot of budget.
No, they don't.
They really stretch their dollar.
And then my other state where I've been the most is Tennessee, because that is my home state where I lived for 49 years. So.
Well, I had a little bit of a disappointment in that I leveraged my my experience at the Army Corps of Engineers and a written recommendation from the Army Corps of Engineers to get into a it's sometimes hard to get a camp hosting job in a popular national park like Yosemite.
Oh, my
boy,
favorite
I would love to get to Yellowstone.
I got in to Yosemite, and they interviewed me and called me back and accepted me an hour after the interview. And I was so excited. It was at almost 8,000 feet, and no electricity, but unlimited propane. And I think there was sewer and water, but no electricity, which I could handle.
Right.
And I was a little worried about my Starlink because there are a lot of trees in Yosemite. But it never happened because the campground I was in never opened that year.
Oh, what a bummer.
It was so high up, the snow they were trying to finish up construction from the year before, and the snow receded so late that they never opened the park, so I never got there. And they did say, this was exciting, your primary responsibility will be camper bear mitigation.
Oh.
There was bear mitigation. Yes. There were so many bears in that campground.
I've camped in Yosemite. I've been there. I was there in the 90s.
They gave me two
choices.
choices.
You?
Yes.
Oh,
I got married at Yosemite Chapel, and then we had a reception at the Ahwahnee Hotel.
How nice is that?
Wow. That was in October, so it was just beautiful. The deer come down, when they know when it's hunting season, so they all pile into into Yosemite because they know they're safe.
Yeah.
It was pretty remote, though. I mean, to go to a grocery store was going to be a trek.
See, I don't want to host like that. I mean, it would be a beautiful place to be.
Once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But I really don't want to be that remote as a solo woman, camper.
Now, they have campgrounds in the valley there in Yosemite that are much closer, and they're full hookups. But that wasn't an option for me. You got to pay your dues in the remote ones. They gave me two options, and one was the highest one, I think, at 9,000 feet. I think it was called White Wolf Campground, if I remember right. And the one I picked, I just asked them, I told them all about me, and I asked them to recommend and they recommended the one I got assigned to. But certainly the higher one probably didn't open either. Then they asked me if I was interested in coming the next year, and I said no. But maybe, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm going to do this year. I am so torn. I mean, I have hosted every summer, and they've asked me to come back, of course, again this summer.
Yep.
And I don't know.
Well,
my heart wants to wander, but my common sense tells me I should host.
Well, you're talking about one of the primary benefits of this lifestyle. You get the choice. You can always change your mind.
Right.
And do. How many people can say that?
Yeah.
I can decide whether I'm going to live as a camp host in Tennessee, or I'm going to go to California and travel around, just whatever or Florida, or whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. You can do it and not have to make major life plan changes and any kind of major financial commitment.
Yeah.
That's the biggest part of doing this. So you've been doing it, is it 7?
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it 3. And Barb, how about you?
Oh, well, 7. I've been
I'm-
full
oh,
time.
sorry.
I'm sorry, Barb. No, I've been full time 7 years. It was 7 in June.
7. So
Yeah.
3 for me and Barb.
I've been full time for 4 years, but I haven't done any camp hosting. I'm still in travel mode, so for me it'll be Utah, Wyoming, Colorado, South Dakota, and Montana.
This
me
coming summer. Oh.
This summer I'll be doing that, and then I'll drop down at the end of October when it cools off in Arizona. Be back unless we go to Texas.
Yeah, Barb and I talked about maybe going to Texas.
Lisa would like to go to Texas.
Well, we may all go to Texas for next winter instead of coming out to Arizona.
So one of the things I did with Dottie camp hosting was it wasn't technically allowed, but no one called me on. You can't have your dog ride with you.
Oh, they let me
But
Clover
they let me in.
rode with me.
There was a written rule, but they let me anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And I went on Etsy and I bought a ranger hat for a dog and
Oh,
put it
how
on Dottie's head, and the
cute.
kids went crazy.
Oh, how cute.
And I had these comic books, these coloring books that had a dog that looked like Dottie on the cover. So they'd come and meet Dottie, and I'd say, "This is Dottie's coloring book," and they would just go crazy.
Yeah. The Rangers gave me a camouflage bandana for Clover to wear. But yeah, no, in fact, and the kids love her, and she loves the kids and the people. She would actually sit in the car and wait for me. I mean, she didn't even try to jump out. If I had to get out and help somebody, or like when I was putting out tags in the morning for reserve sites, I'd go from site to site. She'd just sit and wait for me.
Just a little in advance for everybody, when we get to the casino, I cannot film inside the casino. I've asked before and they said no,
Yeah.
but I can film inside the restaurants. We'll do a brief thing
Okay,
in the
good.
restaurant, but the majority of this video is going to be what you're seeing now, sort of the trip. You're seeing the trip and us in the
Yeah.
corner having our little chat. But
I'll
there's not
probably
gonna-
take some pictures. I'll take some still pictures with my phone. Oh, you can record in the restaurant though, can't you?
Yeah. They said I could record in the restaurant, just not in the casino. That's pretty typical for casinos. I'm not sure why, but
Yeah, I say, what are they trying to hide?
yeah, because they've certainly got you on camera in the casino in 87 different ways.
Yep, for sure.
But it's their property and their right to say
Yeah.
you can record. It's not public.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I guess you're slipping off to the casino, and your husband thinks you're at work.
Well, you know
somebody
what?
catches you on camera, you're like, wow.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it is. It's not the casino that they don't want you to take pictures of. It's the people.
Yeah.
Because
Right,
some
the people.
people don't want to be seen in a casino.
Right.
And if you catch people sitting at a slot machine that doesn't want to be known that they're in there, you can.
Especially if
That
you
would
get
be
on
an
a-
invasion of privacy.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. It makes sense to protect their customers.
Right.
In Reno, if you really hit big, they'll take your picture and they'll post it, and then your name, and how much you
Really?
want, right?
And how much you want?
And I've always wanted to win enough to be able to get my picture on the wall.
Oh.
But no.
Yeah, I've never won enough to have my picture taken. My only picture is probably on their security camera.
And as we come over this hill, you'll see on the camera, this is Parker. That's Parker,
Yep,
right at
Parker,
the bottom
straight
of the
ahead.
hill there. And we're at, even from La Posa south, right, we're at 39 minutes from our campsite.
Oh,
right?
so you're right. It's probably about 45 minutes to the casino.
So Blythe would be closer then, wouldn't it?
Yeah, a little bit. I think Blythe is like 35 minutes, 30 minutes or
All
so.
they have is Albertsons, Smart and Final. I'm surprised.
And there's
no
a
Walmart
drugstore.
or
What's
anything.
the drugstore there? I keep forgetting the brand name. It's right across from, right next to. You can always use the Albertsons pharmacy.
I'm just surprised Blythe doesn't have a Walmart or something
Yeah.
like that.
What
right?
is it with the town of Blythe?
I don't know.
Well, it's pretty small.
It's very small.
It's small.
And it's very impoverished. A lot. If you drive around, it's.
Oh, I haven't done that.
Yeah, I have been down some side roads, back roads, and it's somewhat of an impoverished town. There's a lot of businesses that are closed up, boarded up.
I'm sure there's a prison there because.
Oh, there is?
Yes, because my daughter's husband, his first offer when he went into corrections was Blythe,
Really?
Oh, okay.
and he turned it down.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, remember Tim from last year? He grew
Yeah.
up in Blythe, and his dad was
That's
a
what-
California
Are you kidding
highway
me?
patrolman.
Mm.
And he
Grew
used to
up.
be like, he didn't even have an office. That was so remote for him, and he had
Yeah.
this huge area back in the days where, often troopers were on their own, and there were parts. Tim was telling me there were parts of his area where the radio didn't work. So if he needed help, he didn't have a way to call for it.
That's pitiful. That's pretty bad. I was up here, the other day. I had to go pick up some things at Walmart, and my TPMS, built-in TPMS thingy, told me I had a
Low pressure.
low pressure on a tire.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh my gosh! And of course, you know me, I don't have a tire blower upper thingy.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, I Googled tire shops in Parker, and I went to one, and they were the nicest people. I mean,
The one up here on the left, the tire shop. There's a tire shop up here on the left.
yeah, it's
I noticed.
on.
It's not on this road.
No, it's not on this road.
Okay.
At the traffic light where we turn right,
Yeah, we're 95.
you go
makes a
straight
turn.
across to Aloha or something.
Hospital's over here to the left.
Yeah,
Um,
but he was the nicest. They were the nicest people.
what was wrong? Was it just low on air, or was there a problem with the tire?
No.
Is this at East Side Service Center, Tires and Truck Center? Oh no,
no,
68
no,
miles.
No,
Yeah.
No, that's in
it's,
Needles,
it's just
California.
down here. And they have a car wash too.
Oh, okay.
I forgot what the name of it is. I
Look,
have to
trucker
look it up.
special, steak and eggs and breakfast, $4.99 at Blue Water Casino, where we're going.
Yeah.
$5 steak and eggs breakfast.
It's right. It's down the main road, just a couple blocks back in the back.
Okay. So we're coming up on that intersection she's talking about. Believe it or not, this is all 95. It makes a couple right angle turns, but it's all 95. If like Sunday, I'll be taking you with me to, not you, them.
I was like,
to
oh.
Lake Havosu to see Daryl. I'm going to
Yeah, that's right.
spend
That's
Sunday
right.
and Monday with
I was
Daryl.
about to say, where are we going Sunday? I don't know anything about this.
If you're going to watch my videos, though, you're going to go
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
We're gonna,
Yeah.
and so you just continue here, and it's about another 40.
Down at the main.
You just keep going past where we're going, and
Right.
you'll hit Lake Havasu. Now, I've never been to Lake Havasu. I've driven through it, but I've never seen the lake or anything.
Oh my
beautiful.
gosh, you
So
are.
Daryl's going to show me around. He's
Oh, you
back.
are
You
in
see
for
that
a
box
treat.
next to you?
Yeah.
That is my. I'm replacing this whole console. See this
You're
little
kidding
tiny
me.
thing?
Oh,
This
you're
is
putting a
coming
big
out,
one
a
in?
huge one, a 12-inch one.
Oh my goodness.
If you saw, did you see my video with Daryl in the Jeep?
I saw his
Yeah,
actually.
he inspired me. Now he paid $1,500 for his, and I'm like, there's no way. But I did some research. I found one that was a little smaller and only about $800. So
Wow.
And Daryl said, I'll install it for you.
Holy
Good old Daryl.
moly.
So that's what he's gonna. He said that he thinks he can do it in less than 30 minutes.
Oh
He
my
takes
gosh.
all this out. You don't have to splice the wires or anything. It's all plug and play. But there are a lot of wires.
Yeah, he's
it's-
incredible.
And it's not. Would you have any idea how to take this out? Looking at it,
No.
Me neither. I haven't got a clue how to take that out.
I wouldn't even want to attempt. All those knobs and buttons and everything. No.
But he says it's really a game changer, especially back in the trailer. I'm backing up, and I'm like, I can hardly. What's that? 4 inches maybe diagonal?
If
tiny.
that, yeah.
But now with a big screen, I'll be able to see it really, really well.
Well, I looked at some of those. Now they make some that are less expensive, really cheap.
And you just
And
they
you
sit
just
up here and
yeah,
you plug it in.
or you plug it in.
But this
somehow.
replaces all this and everything.
Oh, wow.
Everything, all the temperature controls. It's all.
Oh my gosh.
What I do lose is my satellite radio.
Oh.
My satellite
yikes.
radio's gone.
Well, no, wait. Can't you get satellite on what you're putting in?
It doesn't have satellite connection now.
Oh man.
But what it does have is internet connection through your phone, which
So
Daryl
you could do
uses.
Cirrus through that.
Yeah, I have the app
Okay.
and I have the
Okay.
service that
And
has
there's
both.
the famous Walmart we were talking
Yeah,
about.
there's the Walmart. You can see
Walmart.
on the left.
And there's a nice Safeway on the
On the
right.
right.
Yeah. And back, we just passed the Jack in the Box where I drove away without my food the other day.
What?
I didn't tell you about that?
No.
So the day after
I heard about you walking out without
I walked out
paying
of Pet Patio without paying $10 for Dottie.
for a nail
Which, by the
trim.
way, I corrected immediately. But the next day, I was up here picking up a prescription. I realized I haven't eaten all day, and it was like 2 in the afternoon. So I stopped by there. It was, guess what? $10 for just a sourdough jack. It's called. $10.
Yeah.
And I order it. I give the credit card, and she says thank you, and I just I drive away. And luckily, what I had on my mind is the video that I shot. I wanted to render it on the way back, so I pulled over into an empty lot right next to the restaurant, and I'm doing the thing on my phone and a little edit, and I'm reaching around for the hamburger, and I go, there's no hamburger here. Where the hell? And I'm looking around, and I realize, oh my God! I drove, and I opened the car door, and I looked around, and here comes the girl running with a
Trying
paper
to
bag.
Rob, you are so funny.
So one day
Oh
I
my
ripped
God.
off a business, and then the next day I gave back.
Yes,
I
right.
gave back.
Oh
Almost
my
gave back.
God, Rob.
And it's funny how they were both $10.
Yeah, that is. You might not want to go in this casino today.
So here we go.
Here's the Blue
Here's
Water.
the Blue Water Casino. And
And this,
I'm a little ashamed that this surprised me. I didn't realize the Colorado River was here.
well, that's what I was just getting ready to say to your viewers, is that this casino is actually right on the Colorado River.
And what we're going to do before we park, we're going to drive down by the river. to show
Okay.
you.
Yeah.
They have camping down there. It's dry camping.
Yep.
Yes.
But
Yep.
it's really expensive. It's like
Yeah.
it's like $50 a night.
Actually, I think they've lowered the price.
They did, because I
Yes.
noticed.
RV Rebel Girl
Yes.
stayed.
Oh, she did.
And
Did she
she-
say how much it was?
Yes, she held up. You can pick up. There's kiosks where you can pick up a flyer that tells you where you can park and how much it is.
Okay.
And when I looked at the video, when I watched her video, it was considerably less than what they were charging last year.
Because I went down there, was no one camping down there. 'Cause
I
who
think
would
people-
who would pay $50
Yeah.
for no hookups?
I said, right. I said, well, they don't have to worry about me camping down there or camping up here in the parking lot where I used to come. I used to camp here over Christmas
Because it was free.
because it was free.
Yeah.
I could use my generator and, if I needed it.
Okay, special
So-
alert. Beach closed November 28th and 29th and 30th, so it's closed right now.
Oh, it's
so we
closed
won't be
today,
able to
so
get
we
down
won't
there.
be able to go there.
Yeah. Well, it's a beautiful little spot, and I'm sure if you go to the website, it'll tell you what the rates are.
Yeah.
I'm s-
Well, you can see it from the casino. I can show you another way to go past the casino down this side road. It'll take you down to the river.
Well, I wonder if it'll let me drive down there, just not park down there or something. Let's go as far as
just go as far as you can.
Go as far as we can.
Let's see.
Oh, is that
beautiful.
it is beautiful.
There
Look
it
at
is.
that. There it is. There's
That's the Colorado River. California is on the mountains are in California.
just the other side of the river.
Just on the
the
other
middle
side
of the
of the-
river is California, right?
Yeah, that's
center of the
California on the other side of the river.
So you can't go down there. Well, you must be able to get down there because I see RVs down. Oh, this is where
no,
employees.
this is an RV.
That's-
This is an RV campground.
Right? Isn't it for employees of the casino or something?
I have not heard that.
I thought I wasn't sure.
Okay,
but
no,
there's
you
stuff
can go down
yeah, you
here.
can
It's
drive down
open.
there, yeah.
So I wonder what they mean by the beach being closed.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe you don't want to go swimming. It's too cold.
But only for 3 days it was closed.
Maybe they don't have any people working. I don't know. There's a guy right there. They got people camping down here. It's full.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's full.
And it's beautiful.
Yeah, I've come down here,
Oh my
walked
gosh,
a lot.
with the pine, you know. With
Yeah, the pine trees and all.
Yeah.
Not the not pine trees. What do you call those? They're not pine trees. They're
They're palm trees.
palm trees.
So
Thank you.
there's one or two available, but I wonder if it's some kind of event or something.
looks like it. Look at
looks
that
like an
boat.
event. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
look
man.
at that. Look at that.
Look at that boat. Holy moly.
Oh, he's selling. It looks like he's selling products like to
Oh, my
make it look that
gosh.
nice.
Some kind of they do the races. I forgot they have
Oh,
the
are these races?
They
They
have
have
a
the
nice-
speedboat races.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so here's
that's
a couple
why it's
slots
closed.
that look like these slots
See,
are open,
the-
but it's probably closed because it's
An
it's
event.
all booked by an event. But
Yeah.
look, that's very pretty
Yeah.
out there, isn't it?
What a view!
And I'm really maybe I'll look up on my phone how much everything is when we get inside.
Well, we can probably get a pamphlet up there. They have kiosks up top that tell how
Did
much
you see?
everything
I was
is.
looking. I didn't see a kiosk.
They're
did you
they're right
spot
in the
it?
parking lot probably.
Okay.
Up there. We'll find them. Yeah, they do races. This is Destination Open Road. Terry and Scott, they always come to these. They have them in Havasu too, up on the lake.
Okay.
And the Scott loves these speedboats. They go to the races all the time.
And this is Indian reservation owned property.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I think it's a combination of tribes, I believe.
I think you may be right. I don't know
So
where.
another gem here that most people don't realize is there is a movie theater here, and it's the closest movie theater.
Yeah.
So you got a rainy day in Quartzsite, you can come up here and go to the
Go
movies.
to the movie. I want to see Wicked. The movie Wicked.
Wicked. Huh?
Yeah. It's supposed to be coming out for the holidays. It may already be out now. I don't know if they would have that here or not.
And there's to the right here
Is that? There's Lisa. Is that
yeah,
Lisa?
that's them. That's them.
Yep.
And there's the
theater.
We're just past the theater. It's like right next to the casino. And we're behind Lisa here. We'll see if she knows what she's doing.
Just pick a spot.
I'm just kidding
Oh.
because I've learned never underestimate that woman.
Oh, I
Her
know.
knowledge and experience and ability. Do not underestimate
Do
her.
not underestimate her.
Ooh, there's a nice rig right there.
The fifth wheel?
Mm.
I was looking to see if they had any kiosks up here with
Oh,
pamphlet information.
Oh.
No, I'll just
Well,
look
once we
it
go
up.
inside, yeah. I'll
Or
need
there
to
probably
go
be something.
I'm sure they've got one inside.
I don't know where she parked, but I'm going to park right here.
This looks good to me, Rob.
Me too.
All right, we're going to shut down the recordings, and we'll see you inside. Hey, so I'm in the casino, but I'm in the back here, so I can film. This is more the hotel part, but check this out. So this is a pool, indoor pool and slide. And then back in there, let's see if I can tap on that so it'll allow you to see, but that's the river coming in and a little marina back there. It's really nice. You know, I'll cheat just a little and just show you a sweep of the casino, even though I'm not really supposed to do it, but that's the casino. That's it. And I don't dare show any more than that because they just don't want you to film inside the casino, but we can film inside the restaurant. We're in line now. It's 11:35 time. It's 2:25 more minutes, but last year it was, they opened pretty late. So depends on when they get all the food ready.
Oh, wait. So when you're ready, let us know. I had to.
Okay. All right, this is the gang for Thanksgiving 2024. Hello, happy Thanksgiving. Judy, Barb, Lisa, and Pup Camper 58, Carol. And what does everybody got here? Let's just make sure we invade everyone's face here and make sure we.
Yeah.
Doesn't that look good?
Look at all this food I have.
Look at that.
And this Bloody Mary.
And look at how healthy I am.
I know.
Oh,
You're
this
disgusting.
is
That's
just,
his first course.
That's my first course, though. But anyway, that's all that we're going to have fun here. So that's all the video there's going to be for this one. And as always, I appreciate you watching my videos. And I will see you tomorrow.